Hello, and welcome to episode 3.
Three? I think it's episode, Yes.
It'll do. We'll go with 3.
We'll go with 3. That sounds like a good number.
Hello, Lolly.
Hiya, Vic. How are you this morning?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well,
She's
thank
looking
you.
very glamorous. I know you can't see her, but she's got all her slap on today.
I've actually got makeup on.
And she's not even wearing her PJs. It's very strange.
Shh, don't tell everyone I live in my PJs.
It's very strange. We've just been taking advantage of this fact because she needs some headshots for her website, so we wandered outside, didn't we?
We did, because the sun's out.
Yeah, it's nice and sunny.
Yeah, nice and sunny. So we took some headshots from my... Headshots for my website.
Yeah, and I think they came out quite good. There was some funny ones as well.
There always is with me.
There always going to be funny ones.
I never know how to pose for a picture.
Nobody does though. Like
it's really unnatural, isn't it?
Nobody likes posing for them a picture or. Well, not normal people anyway. I mean, there probably is somebody out there somewhere that loves it. But...
Yeah, no, I feel very uncomfortable in front of a camera. I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't really
like,
know.
where do you put your arm?
Where do you put your arms? I'm a bit arms, aren't I? Always, it's always the arms. I'm like,
It's a bit like, do you remember that episode in Friends where Chandler's like, he can't smile?
Yes.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? I think I'm like that, definitely like that. Yeah. She's just helping herself to my hand cream now. Go on, you carry on, love.
My hands are so dry. Don't get old, peeps.
No, it's bad for you, isn't it? All this getting
bad
old.
for your health.
Talking of getting old and bad for your health, we ought to just share with the world what crazy shit we did last night.
So, last night we went to a hammock class. And it's not the sort of hammock what's between 2 palm trees and you lay there relaxing
with a pina colada.
It is an exercise class, and it's on almost like silks, isn't it? I'd say.
Yeah, it's like silks that are joined together in a hammocky thing.
Yeah. And that was so much fun. It was our second go.
It was our second go, and we did have a laugh, didn't we?
And we were definitely more... I felt more comfortable on it. Like, when you first get on them, you're like, oh my God, am I going to be able to hold on to it? Is it going to hold me? It's all the fear, isn't it?
Lolly's like a tiny, tiny little woman. I mean, she probably weighs about 3 stone, whereas I weigh about the same as a baby elephant. So... I was like sitting on this thing and thinking, oh my God, I'm going to break it. But it was the funniest thing.
It was.
And it's my sister that teaches the class. She's been trying to get me there for probably as long as she's been had that business. So we're talking like 18 years.
Wow, so a long time now.
Yeah, she started when she was... I'm revealing her age now, sorry, George. She started... Yeah, she bought the business off someone else when she was about 18, I think. So she's been doing it a long time. Anyway, she does all that sort of... She's like the really fit one and knows all... She's studied, knows all about all the muscles and all that kind of stuff. Started off as doing pole fitness, pole dancing, not the kinky kind. And then, like, she's done trapeze, she's done aerial hoop, she's done the works, she does all of it. So she's the instructor and she's been trying to get me there for years. And I thought, after New Year, I thought, do you know what? This is the year. I'm going to go.
And I think, you look at it, people do it, and you know it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But they make it look so effortless.
Oh, well, the good ones do.
I mean, I tried to get up the pole, and I have no upper body strength.
No,
so
it's shocking, isn't it?
These people are just amazing at what they do.
Yeah.
And I struggled a bit with some of the moves because I got a bit of a dodgy arm. But I was so confident I even went upside down, and I have a fear of banging my head.
It is good fun though, isn't it? Yeah. It is good fun, yeah. And a lot of it is quite gentle. There's lots of stretching.
Yeah, you just work to your own ability, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't expect you to get up in there and be an acrobat.
But anyway, the point of telling you that my sister is the instructor is that obviously she would never take photos of people without asking. But apparently it's fair game if it's your sister.
I think it was fair game if you're a lolly as well.
I think it probably was, wasn't it?
I noticed I was in like one of the cocoon ones.
Yeah. Well, she hasn't got any with your face in. She's got ones with my arse and my face in. I mean, that's not allowed. But anyway, it was a quite hysterical photo.
Yeah.
Because I've got literally legs akimbo upside down and yeah, all you can see is my arse. So
and your legs and your feet.
Yeah, it reminded me of, I went to see Ruby Wax at the theatre, and she was doing one of her tours about where she talks about her depression, and she does a load of comedy stuff as well. It was really interesting. And she opened the first act of the show by doing downward facing dog yoga pose. So literally the curtains opened and there's Ruby Wax's arse. It was quite funny. Yeah, so we had a topic for today, didn't we? What was it?
Well, it was about getting into a meditative state, but just saying that, you say about Ruby Wax with a downward-facing dog.
Yeah.
I think when people think about exercise, especially stretching and yoga and Pilates or whatever, when everything else, it actually can get you into that meditative state because your mind is focused.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And what you're doing. So, like, when we were doing what we were doing yesterday and all the stretching and everything, I wasn't thinking about, I've got to go and learn this and finish that.
No.
I was focusing on how my body was moving and feeling and reacting.
And that's the thing about meditative states, isn't it? So, I mean, obviously there's meditation, everybody knows what that is these days. But getting into meditation, the traditional, sit cross-legged, say Om and clear your mind is really hard for most people. And I think what people don't realise is that being in a meditative state can just be something really simple like that, like exercise, because you've turned your brain off to all the
noise, the outside noise.
And all the bits that are going along going, you haven't paid the bill for that, or
Yeah.
But while you're trying to breathe, suck in your stomach,
push your hips forward.
Yeah, tuck your bum under, stretch a leg, and I don't know, stand on one foot or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can't. Like, your brain's gone, isn't it? That's far too much to concentrate on.
So exercise to me is far more than, and I think doing it yesterday reminded me how much it's far more than just about having it's not about perfect body for me. It's changed now.
Oh God,
it's about having a body that's strong and a body that is going to help me still be active and mobile when I'm in my 80s, like spirit willing, I live that, that long.
Yeah.
But also it's about your mind focus, because what my mind's like.
We're both quite like that though, aren't we? We've both got like electric brain.
Yeah. And it's really important. But also what I did remember is when we were doing the hips, so there's parts of your body that hold a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
So your hips.
Oh, you said that last night,
they're
didn't you?
emotional trauma. You hold a lot of emotional trauma in your hip flexors and joints.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know the full... I haven't gone depth into that.
Yeah,
I'm just aware that that's...
Better go Google that, lot.
Yeah, I'll be on Google to find that out.
Yeah. She'll come and tell me later, don't you worry.
So, yeah, meditation is more than just sitting in there cross-legged and going, because it's just about... Sometimes it's about quietening your mind, isn't it?
It's stopping the nagging, the anxious, the worrying, all of that talk, or the negative self-talk and whatever it is that's going on, isn't it, in your head. It's stopping all that and focusing on something else that takes up your whole focus.
Yeah. And controlling your body for small movements, precise movements, does take a lot of focus.
Definitely.
And I like to feel it. I want to feel where it's pulling, feel where it's... you've got to be also aware of pushing your body too much. So you have got to be aware of your pain, any pain points,
Yeah.
Because you don't want to cause injury. And you can't do that if you're just doing it. You've got, to me, I like to actually be in that moment. Yeah.
And I think other things that put me in a meditative state, I'd definitely say skiing. Skiing is, like, I've always loved skiing, because the second you're out on that ski run, you can't think about anything else unless you want to crash. Like, you've got to focus on staying upright and getting to the other end without, sticking your face in the snow.
But even with, like, your games you play, your computer games.
Oh, yeah.
Vicky's a bit of a computer nerd.
I'm a real big nerd, yeah.
A gamer, but I was reading how that even is a meditative state.
Definitely.
Because you're focusing on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're not... You're focusing on, like, where you play your zombie games, you've got to be aware of what's jumping out here and could kill you here. And
exactly. And it's a way I switch off. I switch off and relax. So if I've worked all day, I sit and work at a computer, I'll then go in the other room and turn on a different computer and play Kill some zombies. But it's just, it's a switch my brain off thing. If I do that for like an hour, then I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And that's still where you can get ideas.
Yeah, because it comes to you almost after you've done that, doesn't it? I think. Or I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm out there.
It's like a refresh, almost.
Yeah, like for you, like for your own personal computer that sits inside your mind. It's more powerful than any computer, I think, but we don't always access the right parts.
They say we only use about 10% of our brain.
Yeah. But I also found out this week, or heard this week, that when you go on a guided meditation, sometimes that's not good for you.
Oh, really?
Because you're focusing on what that person's saying rather than how you're feeling. So it doesn't always work. I mean, each to their own.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But again, they don't say it's bad for you. Sorry if I've said that it's bad for you. I don't mean like it's bad for you. But it doesn't always get you into the state. And it made me think about it. I mean, I haven't done a guided one or an unguided meditation.
I've done loads of guided ones.
No, for a long time.
Oh, for
that's what I mean. Yeah, I haven't done it, and it's something I do want to get back into is meditating because. But I do it in a way, in a way, you know. I do it. I suppose, like you say, you do it in an awake state.
So Lolly scrolls through TikTok all the flipping time.
I've limited myself now because I did get quite.
It got to the point where I had to go upstairs and go, "You still on TikTok?"
Yeah, and I did. But again, I think that was my way of switching my brain off.
A bit like my computer game playing, isn't it? But then I think, as we said, there's different ways to get into a meditative state. But some of them are probably better for you than others.
Yes. So obviously there's alcohol, there's...
Yeah.
You know, the D word.
Sex, drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah. They're all parts of escapism as such, getting out of your head and into a different frame of mind.
Yeah. Exactly. And some are healthier for you than others.
You know, whatever you want to do. And that's why I think we try and escape our reality and we all find our different ways of altering our... daily life, I suppose, and it can be sugar addiction. Not even addictions, but what you use to get out of it.
Yeah, but let's go for the healthy meditative states. So things like gardening, or like the exercise that we touched on. So what else do you do? That's
craft stuff at the moment.
Yes, creative stuff.
Yeah, creative stuff because it takes my mind off. Like you say, the bills, the work,
all the crap of life.
Yeah, the noise around life. I'm just focused on what I am doing in that moment. And I've got more into that over the past 2 months than I did for a long time.
I think if I don't do anything creative, I know I go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is
I'm looking forward to my... new stuff coming, my alcohol ink paper because
she's addicted.
Resin is really good and I love doing it, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So I still want to create some colour, but in a different format, really.
Yeah.
So that will be coming, but I think I need some squishy, squirty stuff to be able to put the alcohol down, but that's
I don't mean all stuff that appears.
Yeah. No, it's like a little bottle that you just need to squidge it out. It's not anything. Yeah. Sorry, there's a bird of prey hovering out the window over the thing, and it just caught my eye.
Cat's not out there, is she?
No, it's not over our garden. It's over.
Over the field, over the back.
Yeah, but it was like, I bet that's meditating as it's flying.
I bet it is. God, yeah. If you were flying, you'd definitely be meditating.
God, you'd have to be, wouldn't you? Because you'd have to be only focusing on what you're doing.
Like people who jump out of aeroplanes, obviously with parachutes attached. I wouldn't fucking do that.
No, not in a million years. Never. I mean, I would. There's a large part of me wants to jump out of a plane and wants to climb Everest.
Yeah, but I'm not.
But I'm not going to do either one.
No,
because I don't want to die. And I'm not an adrenaline junkie.
No, I'm not an adrenaline junkie.
But I think that might stem from childhood traumas. Actually, just saying that
it might well
it just came into my being, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It may be that.
Popped into our little lolly head.
Oh, I've got to tell you guys, I had this strangest dream last night. I have to tell you this. I know it's going off thing about meditation.
That's all right. We're never going to stick to one topic in a podcast.
Never. So, in my dream, so what I did last night, what I've done the past 2 nights is kind of laid in my bed before going to sleep and put a crystal on my third eye. So last
Which
night
is your forehead, basically.
yeah. So last night was a moonstone. I only keep it on for 5-10